Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul, joined by Jack Weinberger and Robert Ziggy Ziegler up at Harvard University for a mailbag episode today. We appreciate everybody for tuning into the show. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the fantasy football episode from this past Tuesday. That was a lot of fun for us to record. Let us know who you think won the fantasy football mock draft and why it was me. Zach, Ziggy, and Jack might think differently. Right before we started this, Ziggy raises his eyebrows and goes, "Oh shit!" And Jack and I are like, well, "Everything good?" He's like, "Yeah, you won't care." I'm like, "Oh, hit us up." And what happened?
Emily Duchatelet's Natural Airhay is finally out in legible text.
That's Chinese.
I'm sure you guys don't even know who like Euler or Christian Wolff or like any of the German Enlightenment guys are.
Well, I know
this was an important text that was not available.
I know Euler, but I don't really know the other.
What was her name?
Well, I think I've read a little bit of Euler before, at least in classes. I know I've absolutely heard of Euler, but I don't know.
Emily,
That's
what?
shocking. Emily Duchatelet.
You never heard of her.
Ziggy, I think you might be pleasantly surprised from my philosophical, well, maybe not knowledge, but maybe people I know who are philosophers.
He's a mathematician.
Oh, that Euler's, isn't there like Euler's law?
Yeah. You don't know anything about Euler.
Ziggy,
I know there's Euler's law.
Is cereal soup?
Whatever, Jack.
That could be a good way to get into the theme of today's show. I mean, today we're just going to kind of goof around. We, frankly speaking, unless it's something, we're recording this a little bit early because I'll be away on vacation next week. So if
You'll be
something,
slacking.
yes, yeah, I'll be slacking. If something shocking happens, you maybe see, you might have seen by now even an instant Ziggy reaction. So let's get into this here on Mailbag. We'll have some fun from Nick Crebo. Here's a hypothetical. If the NFC North teams could swap a whole position group with another NFC North team's whole position group, what do you guys think each NFC North team would choose to do to best improve their team and downgrade their rivals? Assume every team in the North gets to do this once.
It's a good question.
I think the Packers would take the Vikings edge rushers. That's off the top of my head, immediately without thinking.
I got to think about this one.
I mean, I could see if they had the Vikings wide receivers, that would be such a big upgrade.
I mean, anyone taking the Vikings receivers would be pretty nasty. I mean, the Vikings edge rushers could even work in Chicago too.
Oh, I think if like the Lions took Minnesota's receivers,
I don't know, Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams versus...
Yeah, but then like also that downgrades Minnesota with JJ McCarthy with nobody. Oh, you're saying
we'd still have Amon-Ra and forgetting even the swap, which I guess is part of the. I guess you have to consider the swap a part of it too. I was more thinking you get the player, but
I'd probably go Vikings and Bears trade receivers.
DJ Moore, okay,
because in Minnesota you'd have a young McCarthy, Luther Burden's a rookie. Roma Dunze. It's
the DJ Moore's pretty good.
If you're the Vikings, you're taking Jared Goff from the Lions.
Yeah, I think
Jared Goff operating the Vikings offense. That's a Super Bowl team.
Oh, that's a good one. And then you give McCarthy.
We don't need our receivers are the best in the division. I don't want the Bears receivers.
Goff would. Well, no. Jack was saying the Bears would take the Vikings receivers and get Jefferson for Caleb.
No, if you're the Bears, you might actually consider taking the Vikings offensive line.
I like Vikings taking Goff
with O'Connell too. That would be,
and then you downgrade the Lions big time too with McCarthy.
I think the Lion. What would the Lions take across the league?
They don't need anybody.
They would probably
the Vikings injury luck.
Well, I don't know. We have our our moments. Who I'm trying to think. Maybe
just the Packers blue sky franchise.
Would they just want to get Jalen Johnson and take an upgrade? I mean, I don't know. I think they like Reed and Arnold. But
yeah, but I'd rather have the Bears. The Bears have the best cornerback room in the division.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The Lions, maybe they'd swap the interior O line that the Vikings have. Maybe they take the Vikings interior or the Bears interior with Thuney.
Can you imagine saying that a couple years ago? Someone wants the Vikings interior offensive line.
No, I can't. I guess the Lions. Yeah, I think they'd probably want to take either the Viking. Oh man, so you'd have Will Fries, Ryan Kelly, Donovan Jackson. I mean, they're fine with their dudes. It's just some question marks. if I were a Lions fan, I think I might take Jalen Johnson and really make the defense just filthy. That's what, maybe. Let us know what you think if you're a Lions fan. Okay. Morgan Fiftner. And this one might have a couple more random questions than just the NFC, just football, basically, because we threw that in the mailbag. What are your guys' majors and jobs right now? And what do you all want to be doing professionally in 5 to 10 years?
Well, I'm currently a special education teacher's assistant at the high school level, getting a master's degree to hopefully become a full-time teacher.
You sound miserable talking about this. All right.
Well, there's not one job that I'm going to love.
Yeah.
But, the teacher world, you get off at 3 o'clock. You have summers off. You have breaks. Like, we only work 180 days out of the year. So it's probably the best that I could ask for. And then there's this on the side.
Ziggy, go ahead.
I'm
trying to match the
finishing up my
enthusiasm.
PhD in philosophy. So my goal professionally in 5 to 10 years, there's a great job at the Philosophy Factory down the street opening up. So my plan is just work the 9 to 5 at the Philosophy Factory, churn out ideas every day, call it a career.
All right. I'm a producer for the volume right now, and I produce Nick Wright's show. So that's fun. I mean, it'd be really cool if this show took off in 5 or 10 years. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, there are a lot of things to do. I feel like no one ever really knows what they want to do. Even as you get older, like most people are just always still looking. No, some people definitely do. I feel like everyone's always kind of
Bruce
no one wants to do anything.
He knew.
Nobody wants to do anything.
I disagree with that. I mean,
That's a very Jack answer.
Yeah, that's a very Jack answer.
Would you rather sit on the beach and do nothing or do something every day?
Do something every day.
Do something every day.
Yeah, right.
I don't believe there's something that I don't think there's one person who loves going to work every day, no matter what it is they do.
I think doing things is always better than just sitting around.
Okay, yeah, true. But I think the whole
that's exactly what you just
No. I think the whole if you love what you do, you're never going to work. Nobody loves what they're going to be doing.
No,
nobody loves getting up at 8 a.m. and going to work. Impossible.
I mean, I'm excited every morning I wake up to write and teach.
Somebody comment what you do and if you love it, and prove me wrong.
I mean, but I think I'd hate just sitting on the beach every day. Like if that was my job, like I think I'd lose my mind.
You wouldn't lose your mind.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Eric Wallace says
you also get up at noon every day.
This was okay. Eric Wallace, yeah. I do have a job. It's time to lock in subscriber count celebrations. Paul, you said your stretch goal is 50K by the season's end. Last week of the season, I think it's second last week, is Packers at Vikings. If you hit 50K, will you wear a Jordan Love jersey and a cheesehead to the game? So we had talked about this before.
I mean, I like Bren 3669 suggestion. We get to 50K subscribers by week 16. Paul goes to the Vikings game wearing a Vikings jersey. I thought that was a great suggestion.
That sounds awesome. Wait, that sounds great.
Yeah, what's the punishment?
No, I guess that's just I get to be happy.
I thought was it supposed to be a celebration if we hit 50K? Why are we punishing Paul for success?
I like
punishing Paul for success.
Maybe he thinks you guys are Packer fans.
I guess that's like the vibe of the channel, right? Is the more miserable I am, the more successful the show does. So maybe this is an attempt to boost up. Oh, dude, I would just be so. I really, as far as like sports goes, I can't think of many things that would upset me more than showing up to a Viking game in a Packer jersey. Like I seriously
think of something that's worse. Actually,
there's worse things.
Oh, there are definitely worse. I mean, God, I'm a Viking fan. Of course, there's worse. Like we actually have reality is worse than that imagination right there.
No, what would be worse is showing up to a Vikings game in a Bobby McRae jersey.
Or going to a game naked, being arrested. That's worse.
Well, yeah.
I think Paul would hate the Bobby McRae jersey more.
I don't know.
It wasn't he the Adam Sandler in Waterboy?
No, that was the Saints defensive end that blew up Brett Favre.
Oh,
I was like, I don't even know Bobby McRae.
If you wear that jersey to a Vikings game, you will get beat up.
No. The worst one is like Tracy Porter.
I was thinking Bobby Boucher.
The Tracy Porter would be the real. I'm not touching a Saints jersey. That's the Packers are fine. I'm not touching a Saints jersey. Would I commit to the Packer jersey 50K by the end of the year? No.
But do you know what 50K? Like if we had 50K subscribers, can you imagine?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of an unrealistic goal. So I guess I'll say sure, but it's okay.
It won't. Locked in.
It's I don't see it happening, but
Make it happen, folks. Click that subscribe button right now.
Yeah, like if people start subscribing to this
and follow through on things, you will see. We may have a show of a big guest in a week and a half. You will see how prepared I am to follow through with what happened for losing the Fantasy Tour de France League.
Yeah, like if people start clipping this and saying like, oh, Viking fan says he'll show up to Viking game in Packer jersey if they hit 50K and it goes on Twitter and goes viral. Like, yeah, I guess that'd be sweet for the show. I'd be miserable, but yeah, I'll do it because I don't think it'll actually happen. So, James Library says, awesome job getting to 20,000 subscribers, guys. It's been awesome to be part of this journey with you. What single week of games do you think is the best week of football by matchups this season?
September 27th.
Was that the Vikings?
You have
that's the Vikings Steelers, or is that Vikings Browns?
Do you have Eagles? That's like,
I know I've seen TikToks about that weekend.
That's like Penn State, Oregon, Bama, Georgia.
Yep.
Chiefs play someone, Eagles play someone.
It's Ravens, Chiefs, it's Packers, Cowboys, it's Vikings, Steelers in Ireland, Eagles, Bucks. What's another game?
Yeah, that's the best.
Bengals at Broncos is a good Monday Night Football game too.
That's the best week.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I think when is Bills Chiefs though? Because I just think Bills Chiefs right now. Like Ravens Chiefs is awesome. Ravens, but like these AFC matchups are really fun to watch, but there's just something different. Week 9 is Chiefs Bills. The rest of the week is pretty boring.
Where's that game?
Week 10 has a lot of great NFL games.
It's in Buffalo.
Like Ravens at Vikings, Rams at 49ers, Eagles at Packers, Lions at Commanders, even like Bills Dolphins.
Steelers Chargers is fun. I still think the other one. I think having that massive AFC matchup is pretty important to it. Okay. Let's see. D Mullen there says, I'd love to see a mascot tournament. Bears versus Lions. The Cowboys versus Giant. Who knows the hijinks that could take place. We actually used to do that in the very, very early days of the show.
Giant would destroy it.
We would do mascot matchup, which was really fun. I think we had the polar bear from like the Canadians winning the mascot battle of like all. I don't know if it was just hockey teams or if we did all sports. Oh, he was pretty cool. The polar bear from the Canadians. As far as like nicknames go, what's the best nickname of a team in the NFL? I do like
that was asked best nickname.
Seahawks. Well, he's like like Seahawks or Vikings. Like what team name is the coolest here in a battle?
Falcons. Nah.
I do like the Falcons with their logo. Who's got the best logo nickname combination?
I mean, I love the Buffalo Bills. Billy Buffalo.
Billy Buffalo. Oh, so you're going strictly mascot here?
Well, it's just like I think the Bills is a solid name. I think Billy Buffalo is like good. Like that's just the Bills I think have a pretty good vibe all around.
What about Steely McBeam?
For a long time, I guess the Bills with Bills Mafia too. That's all fun, and now they're actually good. Yeah, it's not bad.
I like the Panthers.
You like Sir Purr?
Sir Purr, yeah, Sir Purr.
There's a hilarious
Sir Purr's beat. They bang the drum.
Like Robbie Chosen, whatever his name is now, Anderson, being on the sidelines and points like, "What's that thing?" And someone turns to him and says, "Like that's Sir Purr." Like it's the most obvious thing in the world. Just goes, "Who the f is Sir Purr?" And like all the players kind of look at him like, "What's wrong with you?"
Pirate Parrot.
They love Sir Purr.
Michael Murill said, who is a member? And by the way, yes, if you're a member, you automatically get your questions read. We can't hit every question every single week, but if you become a member by going to our channel homepage and selecting join member, we will hit one of your questions for sure. Michael says, outside of the NFC North, which division do you think will be the toughest to predict next season?
The AFC North.
No, the AFC North's like, you just say the Ravens or Bengals. And
no, Pittsburgh will win it.
I think that
I have an answer.
The AFC,
the North North who is it could be Ravens or Bengals.
Correct. There's two divisions you can pick here, I think, but for me, it's the AFC South.
I was almost thinking the NFC West.
Those are the two I think you can pick because in any of those divisions, there's three divisions where I can see a world where any team in the division wins. It's the AFC South, the NFC North, and the NFC West.
The easiest
Every other
one,
division has at least one stinker that has no chance of winning the division.
easiest one has to be the Bills, right, in the AFC East.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean,
The Bills are easier.
Chiefs have more competition, but it's just like they'll find a way to win, of course. James Warner says, revisit the Rams trade with Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford and the Rams talent acquisition strategy. Was it right to go 7 years without a first round pick? Was it worth it? As a Packers fan, I say draft and develop, but my competitive side says do what you can to win now. Brian Gutekunst seems to value his first rounders over everything, but if you look at his track record, he's really only hit gold on 1 to 2 of them. The Rams are young and full of talent. They won a recent Super Bowl and have been consistently a playoff danger the last 7 years, even without any first rounders. Well, I think you answered your question, James, with that last sentence right there. The Rams have won a recent Super Bowl, are young, full of talent, and have consistently been a playoff danger the last 7 years. I mean, yeah, it's worked brilliantly. Like, do you think if you presented that to literally any fan, except I guess the Chiefs, they would swap.
They take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the Eagles, if the goal is to win the Super Bowl. And who's won recent Super Bowls? It's the Chiefs have multiple, the Eagles have multiple. Other than that, yeah, I mean, the Rams have been,
I'd swap.
They've been divisional round multiple years, they've been championship game. I mean, I think that they, even though it's risky going without first rounders, it paid off. Even if they won one Super Bowl and didn't make the playoffs, they won the Super Bowl.
Me and Ziggy swapped once. It was like 2 a.m. We were hanging out. Met a couple people. Keep going.
What were you saying, Ziggy?
When I also think, if you think about who the Rams actually gave away with those first round picks, right? It's like, I'm not counting the Jared Goff one because that was just a trade up. They got Brandon Cooks, who was incredibly important. They got Jalen Ramsey in exchange for giving up Kayvon Chason and Travis Etienne. Who would you rather have, prime Jalen Ramsey or those two?
Yeah. Prime.
And then the Stafford one, I mean, the Lions made some smart choices. They got Jamison Williams and they got the Jameer.
Don't bring up the
package.
Don't bring up the Jamison Williams. Let's move on.
But it's like, overall, I think the Rams have to be very happy with who they got. Now, you need a front office that has a real edge with late round picks. And the Rams, I think, were smart evaluators. For instance, like, they don't send guys to the combine. But overall, you have to be happy with that.
XX Zeppelin XX says, what's your take on the top 3 major cities in America? What about the top 3 major NFL teams? I think my favorite cities. Now I need to explore some more because I haven't been to Nashville
before.
Isn't
asking for your top 3 favorite cities. It's asking how you feel about the 3 major cities in the US.
There's a whole debate recently.
And no, but there's 3 major cities.
It's New York, Chicago, LA.
Is that? Oh, I thought that. I thought you were saying what are your 3 favorite? Oh,
it's New York, Chicago, LA.
No, what's your take? He's asking you who are the top 3 major cities.
New York, Chicago, LA.
Yeah.
But there's a whole debate up for 4th. Is it Philly? Is it Boston? Is it Miami?
Oh, I would pick
none of those. It's Houston.
People say Houston.
I would say, is that the question? Who's the 4th? Is that the thing that's trying
the whole
the question
debate?
Is who do you think the top 3 is? Because some people like to cut out Chicago.
Oh, well,
I think Chicago's my favorite of those 3 by a decent margin. New York sucks. LA sucks.
I like to go by, I'd go New York, region, then Chicago, LA, then I'd probably say Miami. Northeast,
so
South.
I think there's 2 different ways of looking at it. You could rank which ones you like, and then you could rank which ones are if you had to say which one's the iconic one or what who the most well-known, well-liked, or maybe not well-liked, but that would be New York, LA, Chicago. If you were saying what's the major city, defining a major city.
Those are the 3 major cities.
That's the order though. It's New York, LA, Chicago. I don't even think that's debatable. Then if you want to say which one do you like, if Chicago were in where New York is, as far as the city alone, forget about my ties to the Northeast. I like Chicago, then New York, then LA. But I haven't spent that much time in LA.
That's for the better.
Yeah, probably. Thank you. The 4th city, Ziggy says Houston. You say Miami.
I'd say Miami.
I think I'd put Boston.
That's what my sister puts too.
Yeah, I think I would say Boston's.
And you got Philly.
I think Philly. I think I'd put Philly and Boston as the next 2, probably. But that's also surely that's Northeast bias.
Yeah, I like to. I don't like to have
New Jersey
2 in the same region. I think it should be one in each region, are the 4 major cities.
So then you would.
That's why I'm taking Miami. I go to New York, Chicago, LA, Miami.
Yeah, Miami's definitely top 10 there. I don't know. And then what? The 3 major NFL teams?
Cowboys, Steelers, Packers. Next.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, what about San Francisco?
No.
Could they make
Cowboys,
an argument?
Steelers, Packers. San Francisco is number 4.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. Let's see. Butt Pounder 420. Good to see you again, Butt Pounder. What's the worst nut shot each of you have ever taken?
Just what nut shot does he mean?
Yeah, I think he means taking a shot, like where you don't want to get hit.
Okay.
It's everyone knows. Everyone's had a good nut shot.
But mine's in a few places when he asked that question.
I think it's not for me, but I delivered the worst nut shot maybe ever. And I felt horrible. I was playing. You guys ever play was it squash, right? That's when you're inside and you're hitting it off the wall. I was at the gym with my brother and 2 of our friends. Actually, the same 2 friends, if you remember from last week's episode, talking about the boat and Roger Staubach and the crazy guys with the guns, which is an insane line. We were playing squash, and everyone will attest to this. It was the purest swing I've ever had. This little squash ball, right? It's actually kind of hard, and I Federered it. Like my brother said, you look like prime Roger Federer, and 5 feet in front of me was my friend Tom, and I just hit it 120 miles per hour into his nuts. And Tom, when I say shrieked, I mean like ear piercing.
That would hurt bad.
Yeah, it was like ah! And he just falls to the floor, and it was.
Now you're making fun of him after you. Like,
no. I'm saying that's the sound he made. I was like, "Oh my god!" I thought I hit it off. Like, and that's how hard it was. And he was just on the ground writhing. We ran and got him water. It was like he was down for maybe like 20 minutes, and then we just left.
Mine's a tennis ball too. Tennis ball story. Like, it was egregious. I was at the beach playing. I was there with my old travel baseball team. We were there at a tournament in Delaware.
Oh boy!
And after our games, we go to the beach and we're playing beach wiffle ball, but with a metal bat and tennis ball, and just nuking the ball up the beach. And I was pitching, and the best hitter on our team, kid who ends up playing for Seton Hall,
is Tyler. Oh boy, Tyler is huge.
I'm pitching to Tyler. Tyler hits a line drive, and I'm standing, granted, probably 9 feet away from him. I just lob it to him. Tyler hits a line drive
directly back
at my nuts. And I was lying on the beach for half an hour.
Yeah, it checks out.
I legitimately thought that they were gone. I was in the most pain I've ever experienced in my life. And then like my teammates were like coming around like, shit, like, Jack, are you all right? I'm like, no.
He hit his nuts out.
I couldn't even speak. Like, I was holding it. I was crunched up. I couldn't even speak.
I never really liked playing baseball. I mean, I wasn't good, but I also didn't like it because I just don't like. I don't like having now this is a tennis ball, but like I just didn't like having the ball hit back in my face extremely fast. Like I mean,
pitching.
Yeah, no. Even like when we were younger, I'd be on like second base. I'm like, I don't like being this. Like I just rather not be here. Now, yeah, that's probably like a wuss, but. What about you, Ziggy?
I was definitely a wuss. I just graduated up to like coaches pitch baseball, and I was the catcher because there's 2 places you put the kid that like can't do anything right. You put him at catcher, you put him at left outfield. So I sort of alternated between the 2, and today I was catcher, and I didn't really like being around the ball. So I'd always like, you got this ball like going at you, right? And these are like 7 or 8-year-old kids. They can't hit it very well. So I get out of the way because I knew they weren't going to hit it. They were just like, you can't get out of the way when you're the catcher. The whole point is you sit there and you catch the ball.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, okay. I'm still sort of scared. I'm getting out of the way and trying to catch it. And he's like, no, Robert, you got to sit there and catch the ball. So the very first time, I'm not very coordinated. I decide to sit there and catch the ball straight in the nuts. And, I'm too young at this point to be wearing a cup. Right?
Oh.
So it's just coach's pitch right there, and the coach is pissed because I didn't catch the ball. Some kid was able to like run around and get a run while I was laying down there.
You're on the ground.
It was like 1 inning, and he's like, "You're going right back out there." And I'm like, no, coach, I'm still hurting.
Did it happen again?
So he says, okay, I'll give you one more inning. I come back out the next inning. Happens again. I'm left outfield for the rest of the season.
Dude, I don't think
a catcher's a dangerous position.
I don't think you're ever too old to wear a cup. That's crazy. That's nuts, dude.
When you got like a 7-year-old, I'm not sure you're thinking about that.
The Elite Chicken says, question for all three: what's the best form of potatoes? I love French fries. French fries are mashed potatoes.
I like mashed. You gotta go mashed.
I think I'd say French fries.
The pomana is the best.
What?
You not know the pomana?
Pomana? Is that?
It's a classic French dish.
I also like baked potato with like some butter on it. That's also good.
Pomana.
I'll make you one sometime. Seriously? This is the best way to have potatoes.
Yeah, never heard.
Yeah, never heard.
I'll give it a whirl.
I know this checks out Ziggy's answer here. Let's see right here from Cubs. If Paul and Ziggy couldn't be Vikings fans or Jack couldn't be a Steelers fan, what team would you cheer for? We've had this before. The Dolphins. I'd pick the Dolphins because of Bruce, Zach, and my uncle down Miami.
I'd be the Jaguars because Jacksonville has Jack in his name.
Oh yeah.
I'd go back to the Rams.
JK Zerata says, I've been out of the country and out of touch for the summer and out of touch most of the summer with the offseason, but the fantasy draft is next Saturday. Who are 3 to 5 sleeper picks each of you is keeping an eye on this year that you expect to go under the radar but have great upside?
TK.
This might be too late for his fantasy draft.
No, it probably is. Well, let's just give them out for people who still have their drafts coming out. So this will be too late for JK Zerata, but other people will have a
hope
shot.
you got DK.
The question is, how deep are we talking?
Yeah.
DK is not a deep sleep.
Yeah, what is he, like a fifth round pick?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think he's going to be a wide receiver 1, then it's a good pick. Then he's sort of a sleeper.
Yeah, but it's like people sort of know about DK Metcalf.
I have some really late round rookies that I like.
Bajal Tootin.
Ziggy actually threw some shade at this guy yesterday. Torrey Horton is playing really well with the Seahawks, or he has been. Pat Bryant with the Broncos, I like a lot. Like, these are deep sleepers. These are guys who I think could emerge and have an
Jordan
opportunity.
Mason.
And I like Ibuka. I really like Ibuka.
You're getting Ibuka in usually round 11.
I think he's going. I think he's moving up.
He's the wide receiver 1 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next year.
I like Ted McMillan too.
I think Ibuka might go up to round 8. Or I think he's starting to move up boards pretty quickly. Is there any running back sleeper that you guys like off the top of your head?
Caleb Johnson.
I mean, we're saying all rookies right now.
One guy, I mean, I know this is a rookie, but if you're talking really deep sleeper, Bajal Tootin of the Jaguars, he fits into that ETN role. And if ETN gets hurt, I think he's going to get a lot of work. There's some crazy talk coming out of Washington.
About whom?
About Ja'Cory Croskett-Merritt.
I know.
Some NFL insider, he works for ESPN, said that they were going to cut Brian Robinson Jr. and Croskett-Merritt would be the RB1 week 1. There's no way that's true. But that's a crazy thing to say about a 7th round rookie who's on the roster bubble. Is now you've got major insiders saying he will be the starting running back week 1.
What about Jerome Ford? He's going
I don't like the Jerome Ford pick. If people are still not drafting Quinshon Judkins, he's probably not going to get suspended. That's a player you can take.
I mean, Ford's going round 13?
I would stay away from the Browns offense in general.
Yeah.
I think drafting Browns players is asking for a disaster.
Yeah, that never works out.
One more sleeper. Drake May. I think this is a guy that could be an upper half QB1 next year. He was fantasy relevant despite being in a horrible offense.
I also like Pollard and Ridley. Not that I feel like everyone says that every season, and not that the Titans are going to go on some crazy run, but I think the two of them are going to be high volume dudes in that offense that will improve with Cam Ward in it. Ridley just looks, now the second preseason game, by the time we're recording this, it will have happened and we'll see if something changes. But Ridley in that first game, I think you kind of got a glimpse of he looks good. I know he's 30 years old, but he looks really good in that game. I'm loosely investing in the Titans offense.
And if you need a running back and it's like late in the draft, Chuba Hubbard is a guy who will probably put up RB1 numbers as a starter that nobody's respecting.
How late in the draft? Like round 5? What do you?
I mean, you can, for players who can get you RB1 production, Chuba Hubbard is being underdrafted in every format right now, especially Dynasty.
Let's continue on here. We'll start blasting through some of these. Since we all know the Vikings will never win the Super Bowl, this is from Evan Hendrickson, who's already kind of pissing me off. Which other team would you like to see win, the Bills or the Bengals? No one. I don't care. I don't care who.
That's a horrendous question to ask, guys.
Yeah, to ask us. Yeah. To ask you, it's okay, but to ask us,
me, it's the Bills.
I have no desire to see anyone win. Like when the Vikings, I just root for the Chiefs every year when the Vikings don't win. It's the same thing. I root for the Patriots every year the Vikings don't win. That one group, I'll put it aside. They can be happy, do what they want. No one cares. You win all the time. I'm trying to change because it's wrong. But I don't want other fan bases to be happy. And maybe that's why. Maybe it's like karma or something coming back on me. I don't root for anyone else. I can be happy for other teams. There's a difference. But I'm not actively like, let's go. Like let's go, Josh, win this. I like Josh Allen, and I'd be happy for the Bills fans. But like when the Cubs won the World Series, the moment that ball went into Anthony, I was like rooting for the Cubs a little bit. I was like loosely. The moment the ball went in Anthony Rizzo's glove, I was like, damn it.
The Cubs won before the Vikings.
Yeah, that was the first thought in my head. It was like they did it.
You deserve whatever happens to you, Paul.
Yeah, it wasn't like they did it. I just went like Chris Bryant, Rizzo. Damn it! I wish that didn't happen. But I'm happy for Cubs fans. I mean, you wait 108 years, whatever it is, and yeah, like I can be happy for you, but not root for you. Strawby says, Ziggy, have you ever listened to the album Ziggy Stardust by David Bowie? Your show has permanently altered the way I listen to a few songs on it.
Ziggy Stardust is a solid album. It's not the best David Bowie album, but it's a solid one for sure.
Dobby the Dominator, what game throughout the season is one you're circling must-see TV? It's Bills Chiefs. Bills Ravens.
Steelers Packers.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Rodgers hosts the Packers at night.
That'd be cool, yeah. It'd be better if it was in Green Bay. Eric Wallace says, also Paul and Ziggy, who's more blind to their own takes when it comes to their team? Paul, Jack, or Nick Wright? I would say
it's Jack. It's so obviously Jack.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm blind. I'm just correct.
Blinded could be. Blinded's the interesting word here. Because
Jack, you predicted the Steelers winning 14 games last year.
There's definitely
doing it again this year.
I don't know. I think it's obviously me and Jack would go 1-2.
Jack is blind. Jack went from Aaron Rodgers as a washed up bum. I don't want him at quarterback to he's taking the Steelers to the Super Bowl the second the ink dried.
Oh, well, that's what every fan in the world would do.
Yeah, but the thing about Jack though is
but you believe it. That's the difference.
No, but Ziggy, there's one thing about Jack. I actually might put myself 1 and Jack 2 and Nick 3 because of this. When the Steelers are like 1-4. Jack will just, or really not even like in the first quarter of a game, Jack will be like, this team stinks. And like that won't change for him until they actually start winning. I will like see the Vikings at 1-3 and I'll be like, well, if we map it out correctly and we beat the Bengals and then we beat the Browns, like I start trying to come up with ways to cope. And I think that makes me a little more delusional than Jack because Jack's more understanding of like, he'll be like, yeah, this offense sucks. And then he won't waste his energy.
I'm just like quarter by quarter. Like I'll go,
yeah.
I'm either like, oh, this team is great or they stink.
Ziggy, give me one realistic trade package for Jordan Love. Not that it'll actually get traded, but James Warner's wondering.
The fact is there just isn't one. I hate to break it to you.
Well, you got to give one.
Jordan Love simply you can't trade it.
Let's pretend
contract's not set up right. Nobody around the league wants him more than the Packers. It just doesn't make.
Let's pretend contracts weren't an issue and the Browns went after Jordan Love. Let's say they wipe their quarterback room. How much would you give if you were the Browns? How much would
it give? Literally anything.
Sorry. How much would it take? How much would it take for you as the Packers to finally accept the deal?
So I know you want me to give a deal here. I think Myles Garrett and 2 or 3 first-round picks is a starting point, and I still am not taking that if I'm the Packers.
Oh, I mean, I said this 5 years ago. I said I would trade 5 first-round draft picks for Patrick Mahomes, and people were like, "You're a lunatic." I was like, "I might even trade 6." I think that, like, in hindsight, that was absolutely true. So I get what you're saying.
If there's a quarterback, you should trade whatever you can to get.
Midwest Mountain Man, do you think artificial intelligence has advanced to the point where it can manage and coach a team better than Tom Telesco and Urban Meyer?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, maybe yes.
So I don't think so. For our fantasy show, I decided to try using AI to prepare. And it said, here's a player you should draft in the 3rd round, and Michael Mayer, because Brock Bowers just vacated over 100 targets in the Raiders offense. Yeah, no. AI ain't doing shit.
Got a couple left here. Samuel Freeberg says, is it more likely that Mahomes surpasses Brady for Super Bowl rings, or another starting quarterback in the league surpasses Mahomes? So Mahomes is at 3, right? Mahomes at 3 Super Bowls. Brady had 7. Is it more likely Mahomes surpass me?
Here's what you're actually asking. Is it more likely Jalen Hurts gets 2 or Patrick Mahomes gets 5?
I don't think Mahomes wins 5 more times.
5, but here's the thing:
to surpass Brady, you have to win 5 more times. To surpass Mahomes,
it would have to be
you
surpassing
3 more times.
But not necessarily, though, because if Mahomes wins a few more, now we're like, if let's say Mahomes wins 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, but that's not independent. If you're Jalen Hurts, you can stop Patrick Mahomes from winning a Super Bowl by beating him.
Yeah, what if Philly wins this year? They're tied.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, let's say Mahomes wins 2 more, right? Let's just say he wins 2. Do you really think that Hurts is going to win 4 more Super Bowls?
What you say, let's just say he wins 2, as if winning 2 more is.
No, I'm saying like that's reasonable though. Like, I think it's reasonable to think Patrick Mahomes might win 2 more Super Bowls.
I don't think that's reasonable.
They've been to 4 or how many? They've been to 5 already.
There's a better chance Hurts surpasses him than Mahomes surpasses
Patrick
Brady.
Mahomes is probably done winning Super Bowls. That's just what the numbers say.
Do you want to bet on that? I'll bet you.
Yeah, sure. I'll bet you $1. Mahomes is done winning Super Bowls.
I think he's washed.
$1.
I think he's washed.
Let's clip this. When Mahomes wins the Super Bowl this season. Ziggy owes me $1.
I think he's done also.
What?
Yeah, I'd go.
You want to bet $1 too?
Is a great.
I'll bet $100.
Yeah, I think Mahomes will continue to be one of the best 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the NFL for 5 years. Most guys who are the best quarterback in the NFL don't win a Super Bowl.
He's not winning 8 Super Bowls. Hurts can win 4.
I'll bet you $100 Mahomes wins another Super Bowl.
Deal.
All right, done. I kind of
right.
I feel good about it.
You never know where the Paul Farrington show is going to go.
I'll give you 1,000.
No. Joey Woodshed says, I'm a Packers fan. Have you seen... All right, this is dangerous. Have you seen Colin Cowherd's NFC North preseason rankings? The last 2 years, he had the Vikings ranked last under the Bears. Do you think that means he loses all his credibility? All right. I will answer this question.
I'll say this. Putting the Vikings last year, I think it was just the correct prediction. Like, I mean, it didn't work out, but I'm not going to blame someone for saying I don't believe in Sam Darnold to carry an offense. And this year, I mean, you've got a rookie quarterback. Like, neither of those are crazy predictions.
No, I don't think either was crazy.
Don't be a hindsight Andy.
Yeah, well, I don't think either of those were crazy. I think it's one thing you really need to consider, though, is your honest take on the coaches in these spots, because the Vikings and Bears, because it's reasonable to put the Lions and Packers ahead of the Vikings both years. But when you compare the Vikings and the Bears to each other, somewhat similar teams, right? A lot of talent, questions around the quarterback. I think Kevin O'Connell deserves the benefit of the doubt at this point. He's won 13 games. He's won 14 games. And you could really like Ben Johnson, but between those two coaches right now, if you were given the choice who you want coaching your team this year, the answer should definitely be Kevin O'Connell, because he's a proven commodity. Even if you believe in Ben Johnson hype, there's still question marks. So I would put the Vikings ahead of them. Okay, I think we have one more question here.
You have Seabass's?
Seabass is scumbag. Who was the better QB between Rodgers and Tom Brady? I have this argument all the time with my friends. If you look at the stats, it's a close one. Super Bowl rings are irrelevant due to Rodgers getting let down by his defense every postseason. I totally disagree that Super Bowls are not irrelevant.
If the difference were 1 or 2, you could say it's irrelevant. When the difference is 6, you cannot.
I mean,
I think
go ahead.
Some of it comes down to how you value longevity. But my view is Tom Brady led the NFL in passing touchdowns in 2002. He led the NFL in passing touchdowns in 2021. And between that was 5 Super Bowl MVPs. Yeah, no, it's clear.
I get that they're looking at the Falcons scoring 44 points in the NFC Championship. You're talking about Bostic having the football bounce off his head. You're talking about the 49ers running for 600 yards against you in the NFC Championship game. Like the Packers were let down in certain situations, but at the same time, that like Brady overcame. Brady was down 28-3. Came back and won that game. Like Brady has won Super Bowls where, last second drives, like they came through. The Packers against the Bucks, couldn't get in the end zone, tied the game. I know they were down 8, but Brady's done that. You can make a lot. Like there are absolutely excuses that can be made on the Packers end, but there were a lot of situations too. Remember they were the 1 seed, right? They had the block punt against the 49ers had the block punt. Like, what was the score of that game? It was like the Packers had 14 points or something.
That was the game in San Fran, right?
No, I was in Green Bay.
San Fran, they killed them.
It was 13-10, right? That was the block punt game, if I'm remembering correctly. It's 10 points were scored in that game. Yeah, block punt. Oh, Green. Wait, yeah. It was the block punt touchdown for the Niners. 10 points were scored in that game. I think talent. If you're talking hey, let's go watch a quarterback throw a football and see who can have the most impressive arm angles and, can get out of the pocket. Like Rodgers was a better athlete, and I think he's a more impressive thrower of the football. But Brady just won. And Brady did it with teams that were not very good sometimes on offense. The defense was always great in New England, yes. But there were a couple of years where that offense, other than Gronk, were very questionable. And sometimes you didn't even have Gronk. So it's Brady.
I see an insane question here geared towards me.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Throw it out there and that'll be it.
King Don Sobek. I mean, I'm sure they butchering that. Question for Jack. Hey, Jack, how can Pittsburgh be Titletown if all your Super Bowls are basically ancient relics? By your own logic of Green Bay's titles being too old, you crown Foxborough as Titletown, as they have much more recent titles than you. What do you say about that?
Well, I think, first of all, Pittsburgh with no H is in Kansas. Pittsburgh with an H is in Pennsylvania. You talk about ancient relics. I mean, Green Bay has all their NFL championships and relevancy when Moses saw the burning bush.
other than when they beat the Steelers.
Yeah, but I mean, you talk recent Super Bowls. What they have
won?
They have won
since 2000. The Steelers have 2, right?
But we also have all 6 before they. We have
Yeah,
what am I trying to say?
In terms of Super Bowls, the Packers won 66, 67, 96, and 2010.
Right.
The Steelers won in terms of Super Bowls 74, 75, 78, 79, 05, and 08.
Yeah, so we have 6 after they have won in the last.
Wait, Jack's argument is that only Super Bowl championships count.
They do. NFL chips is when the Red Seas were parted. That shouldn't even. That's ancient relics. The Packers are ancient relics.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if 1960, so you won. What did you say, Ziggy? 1975, 76, 79, and 80.
Yeah,
I mean that's 40. That was 40 years ago, Jack. It was 45 years ago.
Okay, what was the Packers?
Well, the Packers were more recently than the Steelers, and then also 1996.
We have 2 since I've been alive. Green Bay is 1. And the 2 they've won before that.
So you would take away here is that they're pretty similar.
Yeah, I think they're very similar. Titletown. Honestly, if you want to play this game, it would be New England.
Is New England tied with Pittsburgh?
Yeah, they have 6, and they've won them all.
Well, I know it's not Green Bay
since 2000.
I know it's not Green Bay.
I mean, look, this is your battle, not mine. I don't give a crap.
Pittsburgh's Titletown. We also have a history. New England was great.
Well, now you're walking into difficult territory.
We have a history, and we've been good recently. It's a mix of both.
Just like the Packers.
No, but us more so than the Packers.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, we have not in the
We're
60s.
wrapping this.
The Packers were in cornfields winning Super Bowl.
I can't have this conversation again.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. Appreciate everyone for listening. We'll be back. So next week we'll have some pretty fun and big announcements coming out next week on the show. So stay tuned. It should be like, I don't want to. Nothing is completely confirmed, but it's just about. So we'll have some fun next week. We'll see you soon.